I know it's tough. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. I know it's not ideal. It's not probably what you want to experience. But I'm here to tell you that if you go through it and you come out on the other side, you'll see a whole nother side of yourself that you never thought knew existed. Like that fire has been sent to forge you, to mold you, only if you're actually willing to go through it. Okay, most people are not willing to go through that. They cling to the comforts, they cling to the old self, they cling to the ego, to the identity, and they're not willing to let it go. And that's why they're not where they want to be. That's the difference. If you're willing to go through the process and you're willing to be forged and you're willing to be molded through that fire, and you say I could care less about who I think that I am, mold me into the person that I want to be in this life. Create me into the person who can actually carry it. Because that's what's taking place. All the heartbreaks, all the challenges, all the adversities, all the hardships, the losses, the failures, the setbacks, they're all taking place so that you can be molded into the version of you who can withstand everything. You see, when things are being taken from you on the external, money, relationships, possessions, like when things are being taken away on the external, where is that causing you to look? That's only causing you to look within. That's only causing you to become closer to God, to become closer to the version of you that He created you to be. That's all it's doing. It's taking your attention, your energy, away from the things outside of you that you thought that you needed for you to be whole and complete, for you to see your value, for you to see who you truly are. That's what that's doing. So that process is so valuable, so valuable. If you got everything that you wanted at this stage, at this version of you, and you don't go through that fire, and you don't go through the heartbreaks and the setbacks and the adversities, if you received it in that version of you, that old self, you would lose it all. You would give it all away. You wouldn't know how to handle it. You would ruin yourself. Like you'd actually implode because you did not have the strength. You did not have the character that's actually able to handle it with responsibility, to handle it and be able to take it to the level that you are desiring it to, that God is desiring it to. Like, that's what it's going to take. If you're asking for a lot of money, you have to be very responsible with it. You can't just think when you receive it that you're just going to be able to do whatever with it and blow it. Or you receive that car, you're not going to go around and shaming other people because you knew what it took to get there. Like, that's the fortifying process. That's the forge. That's the fire. And gratitude is only learned at the bottom. So when you actually go through some shit, you just are grateful to even be alive. Like, I'm just grateful to even be here. I'm grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful that I'm healthy. I'm grateful that I have an opportunity. Like, you have to be broken down. If you're not built on the right foundation, no matter what it is that you attain is going to fall through your hands. So when you're going through that process, love it. I know it's hard. I know it sucks. I know you would rather not. But if you knew that that was the only way that you would actually become the person that you want to be, then you would start to welcome it. You would say, good, I'm going to go through this. I'm not going to run to the vices. The temptations are right there. I'm not going to run to the temptations. I'm not going to give in to those. The drugs, the alcohol, the porn, the junk food. I'm not going to give in to those because that's my old self. And if I want to continue to stay that old self, I'll cling to those things. But if I want to become the person that God created me to be, I'm going to have to let those things go. Because every time that you engage in the vices, every time you fall victim to the temptations, you're telling God that you're not ready to receive what you're asking for. Like, that's the test. And it hurts. And it's hard. But you have to tell yourself in those moments, hey, when those thoughts come up, hey, I'm not going to engage in that. I know it's only going to make me weaker. I know it's only going to cause me to become less of the version of myself that I want to be. So you have to ask yourself in those moments, what's really worth it to you? What is it that you really want? Do you want the short-term pleasures? Do you want the instant gratification? Do you want the escape? Only to be left more empty? Because I'm going to tell you right now, conflict avoided is conflict multiplied. Or do you want to actually fulfill your purpose? Fulfill your highest potential in this life? Like, that's the question that you have to ask yourself. Because I'm going to tell you, as I walk through it, that I'm not going to give in to the temptations. I'm not going to give in to the vices. I'm not going to be weak. I'm not going to settle for anything less than what it is that I desire. Like, you have to be willing to walk through that. And like I said, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be hard. But that's what builds you. And every time that you do that, you're fortifying your strength. You're solidifying who you are in your own mind. So next time that temptation comes, next time that adversity comes, next time those challenges hit, you're like, oh yeah, I remember who I am. I don't cave. I don't fold. I don't fall. I walk through it. However difficult it is, I don't care. It's not of any concern because I'm going to walk through it anyways. Because I know that on the other side of that is everything that I've ever wanted and more. On the other side of that is who you truly desire to be. You see, you're going to walk through that and you're going to find strength within you that you never thought knew existed. But you have to be willing to go through that. You have to be willing to walk the path. When the majority are caught up in the vices and wanting to cling to comforts and wanting to tell you, oh no, don't worry about it. Yeah, reward yourself. Take it easy. You don't have to go that hard. Like, hey, if you want to be in the position that they're in, listen to them. But in all areas, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, just because someone has it in one area doesn't mean that you should listen to them. Like, it's all areas. Okay, so go through that fire, allow it to mold you, allow it to burn off everything that's not part of the real you. The real you is underneath all of that. The real you lies in the stillness, not in the noise. Because everyone's cool when there's all the noise and the distractions and everyone's putting on masks. But what happens when real shit hits? When you really go through some shit, when you really suffer loss, when you really suffer financial loss, or hardships, or heartbreaks. What happens then? Who's really there for you? It's you. You're going to be there for you time and time again. So the sooner that you start to overcome yourself and your lower self, the sooner that you start to step into who you were created to be. And this is what I teach. So click the link in the description. Join us in the Higher Self community. Start walking the path that you are meant to walk because you're so much more capable. You have so much more potential than you even know. But you have to start to become aware of it. So DM me on Instagram at Michael Vincent Mindset. And we'll see you in the next one.